Hey everybody, thanks for joining us again here at T. Roy Cooks. I appreciate it. We're cooking a nice homemade hearty beef stew for you today, folks. And we're going to use some fine meat from Lobel's of New York. This is their beef stew. All right, it's chuck meat that they've packaged up for you in 1 pound packs. I got a couple of pounds of it. Let me get some veggies prepped up and dust this meat with a little flour. We'll be right back, folks. All right, folks, I've prepped my mirepoix. We're going to use this carrot, celery, and onion. And I got my meat here. I brought my meat up to room temperature, and I'm going to put a little salt and pepper just to season it just a little bit. A little mix. Salt and pepper a little bit more. We're going to dust it with some flour because we're going to brown the stew meat on all the sides. And that'll also, this flour coating will also in the end help get it a thicker stew, which I prefer. You can leave the flour off of the meat and just brown the meat. Just kind of sear it up on each side, kind of like you would a steak. But we're going to get this dusted real good, and then we're going to start heating up some oil on the stove. We're going to cook off some mirepoix. Be right back. All right, folks, I've got probably I don't know, a tablespoon or so of just vegetable oil in here. We're going to add our mirepoix. This is going to help flavor our stew meat. Coat all that down, stir it up a good bit, and let this cook for, I don't know, 4 to 6 minutes. We'll meet you back after they're softened up a little bit. All right, everybody, my onions are getting translucent. It's been about 6 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and pull these veggies out real quick. And I just had them cooking over a medium high. All right, everybody, got all my veggies pulled out. And if you have a few stragglers, it's not the end of the world. Now what we're going to do, we're going to brown our meat. If you need some more oil in here, go ahead and throw you some more oil in there. I think I'm good though. And you don't want to overcrowd the meat. Just if you have to do multiple batches, that is better than putting it all in there at once because it'll steam itself at that point. You don't want to do that. So again, brown it on all sides. And I'm going to have to do 2 batches. We'll meet you back here shortly after I do that. All right, everybody, let me show you what we're going to do now. I got all the meat browned off and got some nice fond in the bottom down there. I'm going to add some water to it. We're going to scrape the bottom down, loosen up all that fond because that meat would get stuck on there and it's going to make some really nice flavored stew here. Just clean up the bottom a little bit. Oh, and I did have to add more oil, like maybe a tablespoon in between each of the batches of meat as I was browning them. And I think I mentioned earlier, but if I didn't, you don't want to cook the meat all the way through. You just want to brown each side. Look at that beautiful color on that. That's going to make some really nice stew, folks. Okay, now we're going to go in. I got a little bit more stuck right there. Okay, we're going to add the rest of the meat that I've reserved over here and pour the juice and everything in there. There we go. Throw in our veggies that we cooked off earlier. And I've got a total of about 8 cups of water here. I'm not sure if I'm going to need all of it. I just want to basically cover. Yeah, I might as well go ahead and do 8 cups of it right there. Just plain water. And what I'm going to do is let this come up to a boil, and I'm going to turn it down to, let's say maybe a medium low. Put the lid on it and just let her go to town. I am going to throw in a little bit of dried thyme, not much, maybe half a teaspoon or so, and crunch it up a little bit. Add a little flavor. I'm going to also add in a little bit of garlic powder. You can put whatever your favorite herbs and spices are in here. And we'll re-season for salt and pepper later on, but again, bring this up to a boil, turn it down to medium low, put the lid on, and just let it go for a little bit. And it's probably going to take, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours to tenderize that meat. We'll catch you back here in a little bit and check on it. All right, everybody, it's been about 3 hours or so. I've had it simmering. I did take the lid partially off, just leave it a little crack a little bit, and I did skim the oil off of the top of it. So this is where we're at now, and my meat is getting really tender here. See if I can show you a piece of it. Yeah, there you go. See, just really tender, folks. That's where you want it. Now we're gonna finish it off, and I'm gonna kick it up a few notches here. I'm putting some diced tomatoes in here, because Karen and I like a little bit of tomato flavor in our stew. Do it however you want. I'm gonna add a little bit more celery and carrot. I'm gonna add a little bit of this kitchen bouquet, because I like my sauce, my stew to be just a little bit darker. And also, I wanted a little bit more beefy flavor, but I'm gonna add a little bit of this Worcestershire sauce. Just kind of help draw that out a little bit. You can also put some beef stock in here if you'd like, or you know, some bouillon, something like that. Oh yeah, that's gonna richen it up. Make it look a lot better here. And again, add a little salt and pepper here. And I've got some golden potatoes, and I've kind of chopped up over here. Let me get these for you. There we go. We're gonna throw some potatoes in here, folks. This is a nice hearty beef stew, just like I said at the beginning. There we go, folks. Got that going on. Got some green beans. Cut green beans. We're gonna throw in some of that. These are frozen. Also have some corn. We'll throw in some frozen yellow corn. Just like that. Give this all a good mix. Now that's what I call a stew, folks. All right, so we're gonna put the lid back on here. We're gonna keep it on a simmer. We're gonna let this simmer for probably another 30 to 45 minutes. And we're gonna be eating here very shortly, folks. All right, everybody, we're fixing to put some of this in this bowl over here. And you can always do some rice or whatever you want, cornbread, however you want to do it. I'm gonna take a little small sampling of it here. It's some fabulous looking stew. All right, let's taste this. All right, everybody, let's taste this. Show you what it'll take. Look, I'm gonna tell you what. Take this beef right here, and you just simmer it for so long, and it just falls apart like that. That's heaven right there, man. Let's taste some of this. Get some carrots, some of them beans and corn. That's some fine eating right there, folks. A nice hearty beef stew. Make it yourself. Hope y'all give it a shot. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. And by all means, share the video. And when you do, hope you tell all your friends. T-Roy cooks responsibly. See y'all next time, everybody.